Okay, to start this thing cold, you want to pull the enricher all the way out. I usually set the timing and the throttle about halfway up on it. Crank it over 2 or 3 times without the ignition on. Then you can slow your throttle down and slowly push the choke in. And adjust the timing where it runs a little smoother.
So that's very low RPM.
Yeah, it runs pretty smooth. You want to crank start it once?
Sure. Show you that. And now, before doing that, you have to actually pump and put some pressure into the gas tank.
Yes, usually at least 1 pound of pressure.
So this isn't a vacuum gas, and it's not has no fuel pump. So you basically you pump this and then lock it in. You want 1 to 3 pounds pressure. If let's say you were going up a long hill, you might have to actually pump it while you're going up the hill, but you're probably not going to be going up too many long hills in this. Otherwise the transmission is pretty traditional, and John installed the aftermarket accessory temp gauge, so it's more accurate. Anything else regarding that? How many miles do you think you put on it?
Probably 20-25 miles.
Okay. All right. That's probably more than it's had in
quite a while.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, to crank start this thing, just do the same thing about halfway on the throttle. Pull the enricher back out. Make sure you have fuel pressure. Turn the ignition on. You gotta kind of bump that in. And if you don't wrap your thumb around there, you're less likely to have it kick back on you and break your fingers. Extremely easy to crank start. And this will lock either in the down position or in the up position. Takes a little getting used to, adjusting all the controls on it, but it runs rather well.
So last night, after we pressurized the fuel system, it was leaking fuel from the carburetor.
Mm-hmm.
So we basically we just had the top here, which produces stuff.
Yes, it just agitates the float level a little bit. As far as servicing on this vehicle goes, the transmission fluid and differential fluid have just been changed in it. The gearbox has been filled with gear oil, the steering gearbox, that is. As far as other lubrication points, there's one of these on each spring shackle, 2 on the back, 1 in the front. So there's a total of 12 front and back, 12 on the front and 12 on the back. Other than that, these same type of oilers vehicle go throughout the vehicle on all of the mechanical brake linkage clutch linkage, the throwout bearing for the transmission. It all has lubrication points that we lube with gear oil. There are several
And by gear oil, are you talking about 60 weight?
140 weight.
140.
140 weight.
Now, by the way, so Rick, all of this would be covered in the owner's manual that you have, but all right, go on.
But of course, the gear oil that they recommend in the owner's manual is not available anymore, and the oil's much better quality today. So 140 is the thickest we can find to go in here. So that is what's in it.
Anything else? Oh, the antifreeze has been replaced.
The antifreeze has been replaced. You're good to probably 20 below. So I hope it doesn't get stored anywhere colder than that. And did we talk about the fuel primer? In Arizona, you don't need to do the fuel primer because we're over 100 degrees here, but there is a little can right there with the primer cups that go directly into the cylinders. Just a few drops in each one of those with a gas oil mix, and it'll get you started on a cold morning.
So you would open them up, fill this with, or yeah, open it up, just put
maybe half full.
Bit,
yeah, a few drops.
And let them in, and then you have to make sure you close them before you start it. Otherwise, you're losing compression.
That is correct.
All right.
But it's